With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Not all meals are created equal. For instance, breakfast has the spicy egg McMuffin for a limited time, and lunch doesn't. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Watch this. Did they call you?
Yes, they have called me.
Oh, I didn't expect that one. Never mind about watch this. Never mind about my snooty watch this.
This is the plaintiff, John Pankey. He says he gave the defendant a deposit for a gold chain, and when he returned to the store to pay off the balance, he was told the chain was no longer being held for him. The defendant said he took too long to pay the chain off, and after a few conversations, which went absolutely nowhere, he asked the guy for his money back. That's when things turned hostile. The cops were called, and well, here they are. He's suing for $1,700, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Jonathan. He says the plaintiff gave him a deposit on a chain and then disappeared for a year, even though he knew their policy was the item had to be paid for in full 60 days after the initial deposit is received. He tried to be nice to the plaintiff by offering something else, but the guy started threatening him. He knew then and there they'd end up in court, and well, here they are. He's accused of firing up a customer.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. John Pankey?
Yes.
You are suing the store that the defendant manages. You don't want me to refer to the store or the owner of the store. For $1,700 that you put away on layaway to purchase an item that you didn't eventually purchase. Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I entered the store on 9/11/2011 to purchase a 14-karat gold chain from the defendant. And later that year, I came into the store and I asked the defendant to show me the chain, and he had taken the chain.
Year, how long did you have for layaway?
Well, I had the chain on layaway for approximately, I had an open agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have the paperwork from the layaway?
Yes, I have right here. I had an open agreement with him.
Is that what your paperwork says?
I didn't sign any commitment to a layaway. If you look at the back of the receipt, you'll see that I didn't sign any commitment to a layaway.
Well, that's what you were doing though, right? Let me look at the front of the receipt, which
Okay.
is what you've handed me. Layaways left over 60 days will be returned to stock and deposit forfeited, right?
Okay, yes.
Yes or no? I mean,
Yes, Your Honor, it does.
Okay,
It does
all right.
say that.
So
what I'm
did you
disputing
know
here-
that you had 60 days? Because it says it right there on your receipt.
No, because
How long did you think
we
you
had a
had?
friendly, open agreement. And
Had
what
you ever
happened-
done business with him
no,
before?
No, I haven't. No, but
Have
I know.
you ever done layaway
I know him
before?
per se from visiting the mall.
All right, so you put the money down on what day?
I put the money down on 9/11/2011.
Okay, and then you come back when?
October the 10th, 2012.
Oh my goodness. All right. So when you put the money down, you're buying a
14-karat gold chain, Your Honor.
and it's going to cost how much?
$2,172. I put down $1,200.
Then did you ever, between that day, 9/11/2011, and a year and a month later, put anything else down?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
How much?
I put down $500 in October the 10th, 2012.
Okay. And did you put down more than any more after that 500?
No, because I called him on the phone.
So then that would be.
I told him
how
on the phone.
much total do you say you put down?
I put down $1,700 total.
What did you guys say to him when he came in a year and a month later?
Listen, I said, you don't like the chain, no problem, I'll exchange it.
Was the chain sold or no?
The chain was sold because...
Oh, but I guess you could get another one. There's nothing you need.
Yeah, of course, but he didn't like the chain anyways.
Oh, you didn't say to him where you've been? We've been looking for you?
Oh, you can see we called plenty of times, left messages, will come March.
Watch this. Did they call you?
Yes, they have called me.
Oh, well, I didn't expect that one. Never mind.
Yes.
Watch this. Never mind about my snooty. Watch this.
No.
When they called you, what were they saying to you?
He called me, but
What were
I
they
also
saying
called
to you?
him.
Well, what were
I have
they
many
saying
song
to you
records
when they
of calling
called
him
you?
continuously.
Right, when they called you throughout that year, you mean?
Yes.
And when they called you throughout that year and told you, hey, come on, you're supposed to finish paying.
And what did I tell him? We had an open agreement. And I
No.
said to him, listen, I'm down in North Carolina. When I can get to New York, they bring you some money. We have a slumping economy. People are doing bad out here. I will come back there and give you some money on the
It doesn't sound like he thinks you had an open
You understand
agreement.
what I'm
He
saying?
doesn't sound like he agrees to
Of
that
course
you had
not.
an open agreement.
Of course not.
When did the agreement become
But
open? When you decided that you didn't have the money?
He took my money. He took my $1,700. I don't have his jewelry.
So October, he comes in.
October 6th, he comes back, wants a $6,000 chain.
What happened to the slumping economy?
Yeah.
What? No.
I gave it to him. I sold it for
He's not
$4,000.
telling you the truth. I
sold
didn't
it
ask
to
for
him
no
for-
$6,000 chain.
I
As a
sold
matter
it
of
to him
fact,
for
Stop
$4,000. The layaway says $4,000 we sold him.
All right, so now he owes you $2,862,
Yes.
which he's supposed to pay in 60 days.
Yes.
Do you have this piece of paper for the new item?
No, we never filled it out.
How do you pay the tax man?
That's
when you
why
have
I
no
said we had an
records of
open
anything
agreement,
that-
Your Honor.
Do you have an off button?
Yes, right here.
Who is the gentleman with you?
That's my son.
Does he have an off button? Be careful. Be very careful. You go home with him. You're not going home with me. That's all right. Listen to me. Is there a disagreement that you decided on a different chain and that it was $4,200 and that you paid a total of $1,700? Those facts are not in dispute, right?
The only dispute is that I called the defendant on January the 13th and told him I would come to the store.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Okay, but hold on. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
I just want to know, you did buy a $4,200 gold chain.
Well, I anticipated him buying a $4,200
Okay, but why are you
chain.
doing that if we have a lagging economy and everybody has to understand that times are tough?
Because,
and give you a break?
Because, Your Honor, at that time, I was expecting some money.
And you wanted to
because
blow it
we
all on
had-
a chain.
And because we had a lagging economy, unfortunately, the money was reduced.
Oh, God. All right, so now January comes, and what happens?
January comes, I call the store, I call the defendant, and I told him, listen, I'm having trouble paying for this chain, and what's happened is we're having a bad economy. The money I was expecting,
How do you expect anybody to take you seriously when you whine about the economy like it's a hurricane,
Well,
and then
clearly,
you're buying a
Your Honor,
$4,000
clearly, Your Honor,
chain?
as far as I'm concerned, we're all suffering out here.
Yeah, you know what? When I don't consider it suffering to decide you want to buy a $4,000 chain. Just don't act like people should pity you. Okay? Now go on.
All right.
I mean, look,
You're right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
You're right, Your Honor.
There are people who are hungry.
That is a little bit absurd. I agree.
Yeah, it
with you.
is.
That is. So I called him and I told him, listen, I'm having trouble paying for the chain. Can I come into the store and pick something of value for $1,700? He said, I have no problem with that. Come on into the store. So I come into the store. I picked a date, April the 25th. I went into the store with my son, and he showed me some chains, but he didn't have anything that was $1,700. He had
Are
things
the
that-
prices on the items in the store?
Yeah, prices on the items.
Prices are on the items.
Yes,
all right.
yes, Your Honor. And he showed me some chains of lesser value, and I didn't want those. So then he says, well, why don't you take a bracelet? So then he showed me some bracelets, and at that point, I felt he was panhandling me. Because when he showed me the bracelets I looked at were not $1,700 bracelets.
But the
They were
prices are right on them, right?
$250 bracelets.
But the prices are right on them?
The prices
before you
are on
walk-
them. The
Okay, you
prices
just
are
feel
on
they're
them.
overpriced. They're not worth it.
Exactly. Your
Okay,
Honor.
but he's
Yes.
not, in other words, it's not one of those places where the price is available upon request and it changes based on who's asking, because the prices are actually on the items in the store. So you just feel it's not worth it, but it's not like he was trying to steal money from you in particular. He might be trying to steal money from everybody by overcharging, but it wasn't personal, because the prices are on it.
Exactly.
All right, well, this is a place you were shopping at. All right, so what happens? You decide that you're going to take...
No, what happened was, being the gentleman that I am, what happened was I left the store at that point and told him I'm going to take you to court for my money because we can't come to an agreement. Then I came back 15 minutes later after I spoke to my son in the lobby and we disputed it.
Hold on, son, come up. You're under oath. Okay? Tell me what were you in there there when your dad was losing it in there?
Yes.
Okay, and then what did you tell your dad when you walked out?
Well, I had spoke to both of them, and we had came to an agreement that he was gonna, give him something for the $1,700. Now, what happened was when he showed us what we could pick from, it was like bracelets that were worth $250. So at that point, my dad's like, nah, we'll just take it to court.
Okay.
And then, I told him, listen, I don't know if you want to go that route. Let's just take something and go. When we went back in there to speak to them again, they started cleaning off the cabinets and all type of stuff, and they just told
He
me
started
to
spraying Windex, and I got asthma.
Oh.
He started grossly spraying Windex all over the store, glass cabinets.
While you're talking to him?
And while I'm talking to him.
And why do you think he was so offended?
Then he says to me, the father, not him. Then he says to me, I don't want to talk to you no more. I have nothing to say to you. I'm not going to give you anything, and runs to the back of the store and hides in the office and leaves him out here defenseless to talk to me.
Okay.
Right? At that point, I tell him, listen, I came back. I want to talk to your father because I really want to settle this. This is the kind of person I am. I really want to settle this. I want to have a fair deal where you give me something in exchange for my $1,700 because I don't want to take you to court. I realize it's been a long time. I realize I've held you up, but you got my money and I have nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And he says to me, my father doesn't want to talk to you no more. Take him to court. He says, take him to court, take him to court. And that's where we wind up in court.
Okay, your father owns the place?
Yes,
Okay,
I have full recordings of how we offered $1,700.
Wait, you have recordings?
Yes.
How do you have the recordings?
On my phone, and we have a...
What do? You pressed your phone while you were arguing with the guy?
No, it records automatically. I have a picture.
What do you mean you record? You just walk around, you're recording me?
No.
Okay, like how does that work? What do you mean? You have to press a button to make it record?
Yes, absolutely.
So what, when you were having a problem with a client, with a customer, you
recorded the whole situation.
Do you do that with your girlfriend? Like, do you just do that all the time?
No, we
I'm gonna do that to my husband. You said X. No, I didn't. Really?
We offered to give us
Wait. Hold on. Where are you from? New York, one-party consent state. You can do it. Go ahead. In Florida, you'd be charged with a felony. Because every state has a different law on whether or not that's permissible.
Yeah, we have a picture of that. It's recorded and on camera and audio recorded. I have the picture of the store policies.
Wait, what recording are you going to show me? The video camera recording or your phone recording?
Phone.
Let me hear the phone recording. I want to hear it. I want to hear what a gentleman he is and the kind of person he is and all those other things he said.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. I'm going to ask a burning question. Be honest. Who is pro-jewelry? Who thinks jewelry is a good investment, good to buy? Pro-jewelry.
Well, it makes you look, well, depending on what you wear, you feel better about yourself sometimes. So.
Okay, you're kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
It betters your confidence, I think. It adds to your look.
Anti? Anybody anti?
Anti. I'm personally anti because I think it just weighs your body down. I heard it's not even good for your body.
Hey, can I just say one thing to you? Nice watch.
Except for this.
Nice watch. Hypocrite. Okay, it was a gift. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
He just said, pick out something and they might go about their business. All right, give me a chain for $1,700. Pick one. I don't know what the value of this chain is. You got to tell me what I can get for my money. What can I get for my money?
Okay, so we offered him $1,700 in the...
Yeah, and he's saying, what can I get for my money?
Okay,
He's excited, for sure.
So he looks at it, he goes, I took a panoramic view, I don't like anything, I'll take you to court. Leaves, comes back a half an hour later.
Why did you stop the tape? Why didn't you just...
the other stuff wasn't...
but that's for me to decide, not you. Well, the other stuff probably wasn't good for you, and that's why you erased it.
No, I can play it for you, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to hear the entire tape. Don't stop it.
Whatever your dad did is not right. I understand what you're saying. Can we y'all want to rectify this today? And it's all kaput? Or what? Pick up for $1,700. How about that?
What?
That's fair. Hold on. I don't know. What do you want? Pick out something. Pick out something you like.
That's the way you want to settle it?
He just said, pick out something and they might go about their business.
All right, give me a chain for $1,700.
Pick one.
I don't know what the value of this chain is. You got to tell me what I can get for my money. What can I get for my money?
What went wrong? Because that sounds like it was going to be resolved.
Yes.
What went wrong?
He looked around for about half hour, 20 minutes, looked around. He said, I took a panoramic view of your store. I don't want anything. I'm taking you to court.
Okay.
I said, all right, no problem. He walked out. Then, as they said, they talked in the hallway, whatever the case is. The son didn't come back. The father came back. Mr. Pankey came back saying, listen, I got angry. You got angry. Let's just leave it at that. Let me pick it. Let me take the bracelet. And
your father just changed
his
mind?
No. Absolutely.
Why?
Because listen, he was being really rude and nasty. He goes,
why? Because he was saying he was going to go to court?
No,
so
my dad was cleaning the showcase.
But then he came, he had to put his tail between his legs and crawl back. I mean, that wasn't enough for your father?
No, you know why? Because 3 years, the layaway is only 30 days.
I know exactly what the law is.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm trying to understand as a business person.
Right.
It's like your dad's kind of unreasonable.
I mean, listen, we dealt with it for 3 years.
I know. You guys were right originally. I'm just curious about why the guy's saying, I don't see anything in here.
Because my dad was, as he said, he was wiping the showcase. We have a huge store. We have about 20 showcases and 2 windows. He was cleaning the fingerprints off the cases. We do it every hour. And he goes, he said, you clean very well when you're angry. I got a $40,000 truck outside. You want to go ahead and clean it for me? And that was, I have the recording. And he goes,
will you please play whatever you have recorded that I might want to hear? Give me the juicy stuff. Think it through and just play the juicy stuff.
He tells me, off the record, I won plenty of cases like this, and I'll tell you what the judge is going to say.
Ooh. I'll tell you what the judge is going to say.
That's it. All right? No problem. I'll see you in court. I have nothing to say.
That's my dad.
See, now you're getting emotional. I understand that, because I got emotional. Where are you? Nope. Huh?
He's smooth. He's trying. He's realizing he shouldn't have walked out.
Because I got emotional. Where are you? You know. Yep. I'll excuse your emotionality. Excuse mine. Nope. And let's settle this. Nope. I'm not settling anything. After 2 years, 3 years, and then you come to me and start, all this, and then I was courtesy enough, I was nice to you, I said, I pick something for $1,700. Your son even said, pick something, Dad. What did you do? Oh, I took a panoramic view of this place. You know what? I'll see you in court. We'll see you in court.
You can see the exact moment in time when you pushed a hair too hard. And that time is when someone's giving you a $1,700 credit when they can say, go away, it's been more than 60 days. You know, because it's right on your receipt that you handed me, that you have 60 days for layaway. You know, because they were complaining against you that, hey, you're supposed to pay it up, that they have been nice and cut you a break repeatedly, even selling you a different chain, which was double the price almost.
Yes.
And then letting you put more money down, and that coasted for another I don't know how many months, and and then all of a sudden it's they don't hear from you or see you, and then it's you coming in, and then it's you. I'm going to see you in court. We're done. When someone's doing you a favor, okay, you got to be a lot nicer about it. And then after you walk off and you got the chain in your hand, tell them you guys are jerks and say whatever you want, and then you run through them all. But when you don't have it in your hands, it's not the smartest idea, because I got to tell you, what do you expect me to do with this? It's right on your receipt. I got to go by the law, and the law is you took more than 60 days, and my verdict is for the defendant.
So maybe the plaintiff should have accepted the defendant's offer and somehow and taken advantage of it at the time. What do you think?
Well, I disagree. Totally, because I feel that...
they were being generous in...
No, he wasn't being generous.
Well, they didn't have to offer.
He offered me a bracelet that was worth less than $1,700. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't being generous. He was trying to rip me off.
Okay. All right, so head right down there. Let's see what the business has to say. You come out on the winning end of this case, but obviously you lose a customer. What's your feeling here?
That's no problem. He wasn't a customer in the beginning. It was just a complete nuisance.
Well, when he was trying to pick out a $1,700 bracelet, were they worth $1,700? He says they weren't.
I mean, he can say whatever he wants. Gold prices are tremendous now.
The prices were on there. It said $1,700.
Absolutely. It was actually $18.99. We gave it to him for $17.
Harvey.
You know, if the contract says that you forfeit items that you don't pay for on time, fact is it's enforceable, which is why you really need to carefully read these contracts. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
This is the plaintiff, Namaris Thompson. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant for a little over 2 years. And when she moved out, the crazy guy accused her of stealing his washer and dryer. The cat gave her the washer and dryer, then did an about-face, so she returned them. Now she can't seem to get the man to give her security back, and that's so not right. She's suing her flip-flopping former landlord for the $2,500 she's owed. This is the defendant, Joseph. He says the plaintiff left some garbage behind when she vacated and also stole his washer and dryer to boot. The woman's gone plumb mad, stating he in fact gave her the washer and dryer because he did not. He's a little surprised she didn't also claim he gave her the stove and the refrigerator. Oh, her? No way. He's accused of being a lackadaisical landlord.
All parties, please.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment from the defendant and says the defendant had the audacity of accusing her of stealing the washer-dryer, and she's holding her security deposit. Now, the defendant says she's a thief as charged. It's the case of washer. He hardly knew her.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Namaris Thompson?
Yes.
You are suing your former landlord, Joseph. You've asked us not to mention your last name for, let's see, you upped it. Okay, for $2,500 that you say he owes you and refuses to pay you. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I moved into his apartment back in 2010. When I moved in, he gave me his washer and dryer, along with other things like curtains.
He gave you his washer and dryer?
Washer and dryer. He left it behind.
Well, he left it behind, but does that mean you own it, or that means he left it behind for you to use?
It means I own it, because if I did not own it, he would have put it in his lease, in which he did not.
Are you telling me this because you left with the washer dryer when you left the apartment?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go on.
Well, when I gave him my notice to leave.
Did you give her as a gift the washer dryer, a little housewarming gift for her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, what happened there?
Good question. I had lived in the apartment prior to Namaris moving in, and it was my personal washer and dryer, and it's a third floor, so I was starting a family with my wife, so we moved into a single-level house. And Namaris didn't have a washer and dryer, so when I moved, we left it there for her to use, and the house.
Where would she get the impression that it belongs to her?
I don't know.
Okay. This is a place that you own?
Yeah.
And so you're re-renting it to somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay. And I presume that person would need a washer dryer?
Potentially, it's an option. It's better to have.
Okay. So why would you think the washer dryer belonged to you?
Well,
because that's what this case is all about, the washer dryer and the damage that was done for her to take it. According to you, you're not giving her back her security deposit because what happened when she took the washer dryer with her?
Well, the washer and dryer she took, and also the plumbing in the house, the gas lines that go to it, it looks like they cut it with a bolt cutter. I brought the gas line if you want to see it.
Yes, I do. You cut the gas line?
I didn't cut anything.
I have some pictures I brought.
Yeah.
This is the reason that the ends are taped off is a stainless steel pipe, so it's razor sharp. So,
okay.
Because it was just torn. It wasn't.
Was it torn or was it cut with a bolt cutter?
Well, it was. A good question. It looks like it was cut with a bolt cutter. Let me just get you the picture of it. So you can see there's a picture in there that shows the, the washer and dryer, and
And actually, your response, what is this a picture of?
This is some damage to the washing machine.
Oh.
When she took it, after she took it, I told her, return it or I'll, call the authorities.
Give me your address because I'm going to send the authorities to pick you up for larceny. Yeah, that was cut with a bolt cutter. I don't know how that could be clearer because it's squashed on both sides from the pressure of being cut with a bolt cutter. Did you cut it with a bolt cutter?
No, my ex-boyfriend and my brother was trying to unscrew it because it
didn't work,
a gas.
so they just...
No. Well, actually, we actually just took the whole thing out.
No, how did you get it? If they were trying to unscrew it, which implies they couldn't, and then so they took a bolt
That part is connected to the washer. We couldn't take it off the washer.
So what'd you do?
We just left it on and we unscrewed it from the house, the gas line from the house.
These weren't clues to you that this is a fixture and that you got no business taking it? That wasn't like a clue to you?
No.
And really? You're just used to things just rain on you, rent rains on you, washers rain on you, dryers rain on you?
Not.
I mean, seriously, why would you take the washer dryer? What did you do? You looked at your lease and since it didn't say that was one of the fixtures, then you just said, I'm gonna take it?
So does it make sense that the landlord would give the tenant the washer dryer when the tenant moves in?
No, I believe it should be their responsibility.
Whose responsibility?
The tenants.
To do what?
To do his own laundry.
No, it's not about doing your laundry. It's about whether... Does it make sense for the tenant that the landlord would have given the tenant the washer dryer?
No, it doesn't. It's got to be a part of the contract. If it's in there, then yeah, they have to give it to them, but it's not in the contract.
Fair enough. That's the point. That's the point going inside the courtroom.
When I moved in, I did have a washer and dryer. I sold it. He told me that I can have the washer and dryer.
You know it doesn't make sense, right? That someone who doesn't know you, who's your landlord, would say, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you 2 appliances.
Some people do. There's people in this world.
You're just that cute that some people just do for you?
Absolutely not.
I don't know. It doesn't happen to me. I'm pretty cute.
Just one in.
By the way, how old are these washers and dryers? This washer and dryer.
The washer is, I would say,
Do you have the receipt?
Few years, I don't.
Okay.
And the dryer certainly wasn't
What's a
new.
few years?
Maybe 6 years was the dryer, and the washing machine, I'm just going to say maybe, 3 years, 2 years.
Okay. Now, her security deposit is $1,100.
Correct.
All right, but even if she owes you that amount, it's still less than the $1,100. So why didn't you return anything?
Because of the damage to the washer and dryer.
Okay, and what is the damage to the washer and dryer?
In some of the pictures, you can see that there's a piece missing where, I don't know, it fell out of the truck or something, and the dryer had the wires ripped out of it.
Now, I'm still trying to understand your lawsuit before we even get to how much of her security deposit you would get to keep. I'm not even understanding your lawsuit because you're suing for the $1,100. I understand that. But then you added today $1,400 more. What is that?
I had to borrow $1,400 because I had a promissory note with my landlord, my current address, because I was waiting for him to give me my security deposit back. But prior to the washer and dryer coming up, Your Honor, it was more to that. He was dodging me.
No, I still don't understand the $1,400.
The $1,400 is my security. I had to borrow $1,400.
Oh, he should just pay for your security deposit in the new place?
Of course.
So he should do both. He should return your security deposit.
Yes.
So really, in your world, you not only get the $1,100, but you also, because you're suing for both, also get a free ride on your security deposit in the new place.
Yeah.
Both.
Yes.
You see how everyone's giggling who hears you?
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you get it though? Do you get what you did that's like weird?
Well, I didn't pull those out. When I put
no, that has nothing to do with it. Do you get the suing for both?
Yes.
Do you get that's kind of greedy and selfish and sort of self-absorbed and weird and,
It's not greedy and it's not
narcissistic
selfish because
that you should, your bills need to be paid.
Do the damage to the dryer. When I dropped the dryer off, I left it in his garage, which is unlocked.
I see a piece missing to the washer.
There's people in and out of his house cleaning. I don't know who moved the washer. The dryer.
Well, we know you moved it without authority.
Well, I know I dropped it off.
Yeah. Here's what I think you're entitled to. You're entitled to get them operational again. You're entitled to whatever she depreciated the 3-year-old machine by damaging it. Okay? You're entitled to get them operational again, which means connecting a gas line again and getting the wiring back together, which means you're going to have to hire an electrician, you're going to have to hire a plumber. I am estimating that is something that you can get done for $750, and I'm going to order you to return the remaining $350 security deposit to her verdict for the net judgment in favor of the plaintiff. plaintiff and $350. That's my verdict.
The defendant will keep some of that security deposit to get these appliances back in working order. Step right over here. You satisfied with how this comes out?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're here, so she could decide what is the...
Why didn't you take the washer dryer with you when you left?
Why didn't I take it?
Yeah.
Oh, the place I was moving to had one, so, I was renting a place that had a washer and dryer, so I didn't need to take it.
Right, and so you told her that she could use it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come on out here and tell me what you think.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the verdict. It's okay.
Yeah,
This is behind me. It's okay. He just lied clearly.
All right, thank you. Harvey?
It's really dicey for the landlord to keep more in the way of the security than the landlord's entitled to keep. In many states, the landlord can be penalized for that. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
This is the plaintiff, Christopher Clark. He says he purchased a safe from the defendant's ad on the internet, and the guy sold him a Liberty Lincoln safe. He advertised the thing as a Liberty Presidential, but underhandedly sold him a Liberty Lincoln instead, and that's not fair. He's suing the Unsafe safe salesman for $4,299.99, the cost of a new safe. This is the defendant, Darren Penley. He claims he explained to the plaintiff that the safe had belonged to his father's estate and advertised the used safe in as-is condition. The plaintiff's acting like a little spoiled brat who has second thoughts about his purchase and filed this bogus lawsuit like a little baby. Bottom line, the plaintiff bought a used safe, and that's exactly what he got. He's accused of selling an imposter.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant sold him a bum safe, but the defendant says the sale was as is. It's the case of you're not safe with me.
Thank you, Doug. This is Christopher Clark. You are suing Darren Penley for $4,299.99, the cost of a new safe, because he sold you a different kind of safe than what he had advertised. Tell me what's going on here.
Your Honor, my wife and I decided it was time to purchase a gun safe for our home for the pistols and rifles that we own. And I did some research over a few weeks. And through the course of time, I found on an internet website the safe that the defendant advertised. And it was at the top of my list. So I contacted him right away and didn't get a response.
What did he, do you have the advertisement?
I do.
For sale, Liberty Presidential 40 safe. Now, the Liberty Presidential 40 is a safe that holds 40 guns.
It's designed to hold 40, but actually it's a little bit less than that. But that's the idea originally.
Okay. Ad said 35 gun capacity. He told me 42 plus, room for more. Firm on 2,500 because his father purchased it for 5,000 new. And it was 10 years old. This, I guess, how do you depreciate a safe? Like what selling the safe as if in poor condition, although it is in pristine condition. These are the things he told you on the phone.
That's correct.
So what happened?
So at that time, he explained to me that the safe was in an estate and it hadn't been released, and there was paperwork that had to be done before he would have access to the safe or that I could get the safe. So I decided to take my mother with me to be a witness and the bill of sale.
So the safe was where?
The safe was in Cincinnati, I believe, at his father's.
Okay, and you were meeting him where?
In Columbus, close to his home.
All right, so when you did the transaction, had the witness and your mom and everything else, that was without having seen the safe?
Correct.
All right, so the safe gets transported, because it's not like, hand me that piano. It's kind of hard to, you can't. Right. So you don't get it yourself. You get a transport company to transport the safe from his father's house. Once, I guess, their paperwork was done and the estate was settled, and over to your house, and what do you find?
So when the safe arrived to my home, it was wrapped up. Started to unwrap it. I was talking to the safe movers about the weight, and they talked to me about the weight and said, no, it's not nearly the 1,200 pounds that the presidential safe was. So a light went off, and I thought, well, this is the presidential, right? And he said, no, this is the Lincoln 25. And right away I thought, oh, I just got had. So he showed me on the...
So it's same brand, different model, smaller
company.
model?
So Liberty's the company that manufactures it, and then a different model. Basically half the safe.
Well, what is a new Liberty, brand new spanking new Liberty cost?
$21.99.
And you have paid him how much?
$2,500.
$2,500.
Yeah.
Okay. So go on.
So I do have the information here that shows that it was the Lincoln 25. I also have the information here that talks about the fire rating. The fire rating on the safe that Darren actually provided to me was a 30-minute versus the safe that I thought I was getting is a 2.5-hour rating. So in other words, if there's a fire, that safe would protect the documents.
You don't have to say a whole lot more.
Yeah.
What happened? You advertised a presidential 40 and you sent him a Liberty 25. What happened there?
That is correct. Everything he's saying is exactly correct.
Lincoln 25. Okay.
When we did a research, my wife and I, it wasn't our safe, it wasn't in our possession, it was 2.5 hours away. We were going by memory. And when we decided to look up values of these safes, we looked up Liberty safes. What they have is a presidential series that inquires like Washington, Franklin, Lincoln. Those are presidential series safes. They range from 25 to 40 in the model numbers. Had no idea there was called a presidential strictly safe.
Yeah, but how did you decide that it was going to be called a Liberty Presidential 4? You were very specific.
But we did our homework. We were doing and looking up all the different...
No, homework would have been to look at the damn safe. Doesn't it say it on the safe?
It says nothing.
Homework would have been to look at the papers that you have on the safe. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't have a serial number.
Yeah, and
it does. The model on the safe. It says it right there. Model LX25. Why didn't somebody, I know you're not in Cincinnati or wherever, but why didn't you have somebody go over there? I mean, you're settling the estate, so there's people going over stuff.
All the paperwork was tied up, and I explained this
That's not my question.
them.
Paperwork is tied up is not the same. I mean, you can't possibly. What is your position on this?
Okay, so do you believe that this defendant just took a wild guess, or was this a plan to get over on the buyer?
It would have definitely been a plan. The guy knew what he was doing. He just gave the wrong information about the product.
Did he give the wrong information innocently, or was there something more sinister about it?
He was behind it. He was being devious, I would say.
Because you picked the most expensive safe?
Yes,
Who would think of Liberty Presidential 40, right?
Yeah, he must have done his research.
Yeah, unless you're from Philadelphia or something, right?
Definitely.
Right, going inside the courtroom.
What is
your defense? Yeah.
Buyer beware. I mean, I think...
Buyer beware of you being a liar and false advertising?
I explained directly to this guy that it was definitely, to the best of my knowledge, I explained to everybody that called, I had 40 plus calls on this safe. Everybody I talked to, I said, until I get it in my possession, I don't have pictures, I don't have any documentation.
My friend, he is not complaining that it's dirty or the paint is chipped. He's complaining that he wanted a Mercedes and you sold him a Kia.
No,
it's completely different. Wait a minute. You advertise that you are selling a certain kind of Cadillac safe, and what you end up delivering is half the safe, and your response is buyer beware that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I advertise it?
Absolutely, that's because I didn't know, and I explained to everybody.
That's your defense? Absolutely, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm advertising before I send it. Let me ask you a question. You go to a car dealership, okay? And they tell you they're gonna sell you a Mercedes, all right? And then you give your deposit, and then your car is delivered. And when they deliver the car is a Hyundai. No offense to Hyundai owners and Kia owners everywhere, okay? Do you just say, oh, I guess buyer has to beware? Or do you stamp your foot on the ground and bang your hand on the table and say, you've gotta be joking. I've just been had.
What I do is I do my homework is what I do.
Well, how is he going to do his homework? Do you understand that we're not talking about whether something was in bad condition? We're talking about whether you lied about what it was. If you sell me a car as is, and I say, oh, the radiator blew and I got to pay a lot, I want my money back, I'm out of gas, because that's as is. But if you tell me you're going to sell me a car, you deliver a banana, do you think that I can't sue you? Are you out of your mind?
No, because I honestly believed it was to be a
well, your honest belief and 25 cents won't get you a cup of coffee. You are wrong. 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 And the worst part is you're not even apologetic. You're like belligerent about it. You're not even like, oh my gosh, I thought that's what it was. I'm so sorry. How can we work this out? Because you've been trying to work it out, right? You wanted your money back. You wanted him to come pick up his safe.
That's right.
Okay. And his response to you is what? Buyer beware. Seriously? And he is unrepentant about the fact that he lied about what he was selling you. He thinks you can lie about what he said. Buyer beware. Oh, you should never have trusted me to know what I was talking about. Let's talk about what you're suing for. This morning, when I was reading your pleadings, you were suing for $2,500. I'm sorry, $2,775, which is the $275 fee for safe transport and the $2,500 that he charged you for a safe that apparently brand new is $2,100. I'm sure it's not funny to you. It's a stitch to us, right? Okay. Then you have since thought about it and said, well, wait, I thought I was getting a bargain, and I'm not getting the benefit of my bargain. Sometimes helping you to get the benefit of your bargain or making it so that you get the benefit is really easy. And sometimes, like in this case, it's really hard. So I'm going to give you a choice of two options. If I set a figure for a used one, that's pretty close to and if I subtract from that figure what I am assuming you can get for the one you have, knowing that a new one is $2,100, all right, then I find your measure of damages to be around $2,000, and you keep the safe that is in your house. If you want that thing removed because you don't want it in your house and you don't want two safes and you don't want, then I'm going to order him to return the $2,775 to you, and it will be on his dime to go ahead and pick up the safe from your home and take it. Okay?
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
I would take the latter.
The latter option. You just want me to undo the deal, you get your money back, and the safe gets removed. And that's what I'm ordering. $2,775, verdict for the plaintiff, plus, of course, your court costs. And I am ordering you at your expense to get that safe out of his home. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So the defendant will get the safe back, and then he'll be able to resell it again if that's what you want to do. Only this time you know how to advertise it, right?
Absolutely. I'm going to keep it. It was my father's. I probably shouldn't have got rid of it in the first place, but it is what it is.
Your defense was kind of shocking. Let the buyer beware. How's the buyer supposed to know that you're misrepresenting what you're selling him?
He should have done his homework.
He should have known.
Absolutely.
How is he supposed to know? How is he supposed to know?
I can't answer that.
Neither could I. All right, right down this way here. I don't know. You should have known. How could you have known?
You know, the funny thing was, I asked him for paperwork, for pictures, and he said it was tied up in the estate, that he'd eventually get it, and I asked him a few more times via...
Do you buy his story, then, that this was...
Not at all. I mean, I have, information that he said that this was a gun safe that would hold 42 guns, and he just told a story. It was a story.
Well, what do you think happened here? Did he do this? Did he try to pull a fast one on you with full knowledge of what he was doing?
I don't know that it was full knowledge, but I think he definitely tried to pull a fast one and take advantage of the situation.
All right, what do you think, Harvey?
Okay, on as-is sales, they're pretty much, you're stuck with it, unless you can prove fraud. Fraud is a misrepresentation of a material fact. This, my friends, is a material fact. There was a misrepresentation, and as a result of that, you can undo the deal, but only if you can prove fraud. If it's just a minor mistake, you're going to be stuck.